10 a.m. August 23rd, 2024. I'm still in the van, half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa, on V68. I moved from the west side of the buildings to under the maple tree after 6 a.m. I'd gotten about 4 hours of sleep and I needed more. Not getting very good rest in the van, so I need a full night's sleep or full 8 hours or at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and I'm still not getting rested, but it feels like I'm getting hit with uh, electromagnetic energy radiation while I'm asleep again. And my left knee is in pain, and my left shoulder or my left elbow is in pain, and I haven't injured them. So this is an ongoing issue. It feels like my skin is on fire on my legs and my chest area, and I haven't been out in the sun. I'm in the van, inside the van. So this has been an ongoing issue for 10 plus years with being hit with radiation, and I feel like they're doing it again now. And for whatever reason, I don't know, is indicated 17-year-old. I have not been with any minors. Why do I have to repeat myself? I have never contacted a minor. I've never been in communication with a minor. I have never sought out a minor. I've never searched for minors online. Why do I have to continue to address this? My phone feels lighter again today. I don't know if they're still getting in somehow and switching my phone, but I don't know who it would be that would be switching my phone. They're not. No one is supposed to have access to my phone, and this has been going on for years. I think they've switched my phone, but I think they've been doing it very frequently in the last few months. And it was indicated that the phone was on a rotisserie or something, or rotary or something. So there's nothing I could do to keep them out of my van or home, apparently. For the last 10 years, they've just gotten better and better at being burglaring criminals that break into my home. So anybody associating themselves with me in any way whatsoever, other than my parents, Jerry and Lois, are 83 and 82, in the last 5 years are criminals. Every single one of them. I don't know who they are. If they're associating themselves with me, outside of Arizona State Online University or University of Northern Iowa when I was taking classes there or communicated with the dean of students, or something like that, if they're associating themselves with me in any other way, work, business, financial, romantic, sexual, family, other than my parents at the Red and White Barn Home, anything, they are criminal frauds. Every single one of them they're involved in. If they're switching my phone, that's who's involved in it. The same thing with the people breaking in and stealing the stones from me. I haven't given anybody any stones, valuable stones or meteorites. I haven't sold any to anyone, none yet, because there's nobody in Iowa I know to sell them to. That's why I got a van, so I could, load up more weight in it, because the Prius wasn't, it was too heavy for the Prius to be driving around like that, even though, the weight limit hadn't been met, I don't believe, or it was, close to that maybe, but, I think I had 400 pounds of stones. I weigh 250, and the Prius can take about 850. Most passenger vehicles can take 850 pounds because they're accounting for the passengers in the vehicle. But a motorcycle just rolled by, a Harley type. I don't have any association with anyone on a motorcycle for 19 years. So anyone on a motorcycle for 19 years, anyone that rides motorcyclists, tries to associate themselves with me as a criminal. Every single one of them. I will repeat this until I have to, until everybody knows. I have not been on a motorcycle since 1996. Those are my photos, all of them, on x.com/WADES2ND and youtube.com/@IAM WADEHEINEMAN, which is this. This is where I only this audio will only appear on there as usual. Here by myself as always. I've not had anyone in the van. If anybody's been in the van and portrayed themselves in the van, they broke in while I'm asleep and it's indicated they're giving me ketamine or something, and that's how I'm not waking up. I don't know how they'd be administering ketamine, but I've never heard about ketamine until Matthew Perry died from it apparently. So I didn't know what it was. Same thing with any drug. I don't try and inform myself about drugs. I've never been involved in drugs. I've never been around drugs. I was never exposed to drugs of any kind. Never even seen a hard drug in my entire life. And when I say hard drug specifically, it means I've seen marijuana. I haven't had any access to marijuana either for 8, 9 years. And in my entire life, I've taken a puff or inhaled marijuana maybe 7 times in my entire life. Like I said before, my friends or someone I was having a romance with in New Jersey. She was a pot smoker, and that was in 2003, 2004. She, had some, and she shared hers with me when she was smoking it. But that was just a bonding experience, and I'm not advocating for marijuana use. As you said, at every turn, I've never been a pot smoker, I've never been a smoker, I've never been a vapor. Um, that's not me. You're confusing me with somebody else. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's the guy with the knee limp that was a criminal that was around, that was in the military a few years ago. I don't know what his name is. He was a stalker. I don't know what his name is either. I haven't had any association with anybody that's even been in the military since 2013. That was my ex-fiance. I sometimes forget that she was in the military because she was only in for like a year and a half or 2 years. Then she got pregnant and had to get a release when she was in Japan. And she's not from Japan. She's from Waterloo, Iowa. Her and her fiance were stationed in Japan. And then he continued to be stationed in Japan after she left him because he was smoking pot and spending too much time in his studio and not with her. That was her reason for leaving him. I didn't even met her when she left him. So don't blame me for her leaving him. And she pursued me over and over again, and finally I relented, and that's the truth. I mean, she was attractive, but I knew she was married, so I wasn't, responding to her advances, and her best friend kept trying to get me set up, and finally I was attracted to her, and we ended up kissing like after the fourth time they tried to set us up, and I didn't date her. I didn't go on a date with her until after the fourth time that they tried to set us up. So don't try and blame me for their breakup. She was convinced she was done with him before I even met her. So don't ever try to blame me for their breakup. Same thing with my first ex-fiance. She was moved out and had a new different house and was with all, she was with more than myself in the beginning. So don't try and pin those on me. None of them are my fault. Again, I've had nobody in the van. I've had no sexual or physical contact 6+ years. I don't pursue minors. I don't communicate with anyone other than my parents the last 5+ years. I go into cam model rooms without logging in since 2020. Not logged in once, so I don't tip them. It's not me in there tipping. It's not me in there communicating with them. It is frauds. As soon as I go into a room, the frauds know I'm in there. They go in there logged in, and then they start tipping them, probably using money that they used stolen from me from valuable stones and meteorites. They're tipping them with, 20 times, 22 times out of the last 2.5 months, they've broken in and stolen valuable stones and meteorites. And I'm sure they're gamblers because that's what weak people do. Thieves like to gamble away the stuff that they steal because they're pieces of crap. you know, steal hard-earned money from people that worked for it and tried to improve their lives, and then they go out and squander it gambling because they're such weak character people. But anyway, I'm still here by myself in the van. If anything's been done with my license plates, I've been leaving them on the outside, but I've been here on the property with the van every night since August 12th. Before that, I had hauled the camper up to the northwest property in northwest Iowa and got it from Wisconsin between August 9th and August 12th. When I had dropped the Prius off up there, and I went back and got the Prius. That was either I think that was on the 12th. I got the Prius, 11th or 12th. I have to go back and look to where I noted to remember that right offhand what date that was. But it was the 9th I got the van, and I've been with the van ever since. Wherever my white van is, that's where I am. It's been on the property all night. I've been inside it all night. That's where I'm at, alone. I haven't tried to meet anybody in 7 years. And as I explained to everybody yesterday, since they immediately knew inappropriately, illegally, that I had asked for a sample of something like Cialis is what he was going to recommend, I guess, in case I meet somebody. Then I haven't been with anybody for 9 years. I just want to have the confidence that things are going to work the first time or two, and then I'm not concerned about having erectile dysfunction after that. I'm concerned about having confidence that I'll the first time or two. I don't want to insult. I don't want the woman to feel unattractive or something. And if I had a problem, I'm not really as concerned about my own feelings as I am making her feel unattractive, and then it would mess things up from there, because that's kind of what happens, I think. So it's been 9 years since I've been with a girlfriend or had a date or romance or anything. I haven't had any sexual contact in 6+ years. It's been longer since I've had sex. And I've only ever been with adult females. I'm only interested in adult females. I'm not interested in males, transgenders, or children. And I will continue to say that because it's the truth. And it's very humiliating when people spread lies that I'm female or that I'm interested in children or that I'm gay. Really, the gay isn't as humiliating, but it's trying to overcome that in the public's opinion when people spread lies that some gay guy is claiming that I had sex with him or romance with him. It's overcoming that to the public so that women know that I'm not gay, I'm not bisexual, I am male, heterosexual, and I have an 8 to 9 inch penis when it's erect. I have to state that because of the surveillance lies that I'm female or transgender. I'm not. I don't know what they're seeing on their digital surveillance, but it's false readings when it comes to me, and it does a huge psychological damage to my life because it's humiliating going out in public and people thinking I'm female or transgender when I'm not. And that leads to more PTSD, more venting about the situations where women are claiming some connection to me they don't have, and I don't know who they are, so it's very frustrating. So I'll be swearing about the women especially when I have no idea who they are, so I can't combat these lies that women claim I have some connection to them I don't have, or I'm bullying somebody that I don't have any connection to. They're just using surveillance to make it seem like I'm bullying people because I'm venting my anger with PTSD at whatever indications I get, because my life has been suppressed and tortured and staged lies against it for 10+ years. I'm not bullying anyone. I don't have any connection to anyone to bully them. My parents are the only connection, and I don't bully my parents. it would be the fake parents that would be claiming that, because there's people that are claiming that they're my parents that aren't my parents too. My only parents are at the Red and White Barn Home. They know I don't bully them. So anyway, it's every time I record an audio, I get worked up because I have to divulge all this information that caused the PTSD in the first place, and it just addressing it causes PTSD, and then I start working myself up again. But again, yesterday at 3:30 to 4:30, I was at the physician's appointment in Owine, and someone broke into my van and stole more stones, valuable stones. I don't know who was in here. It was indicated I was, oversized load. I was in there getting weighed. I was 240 pounds, which is normal. I'd normally be about 230 by this time of year, but due to depression, along with the PTSD, not getting anywhere and having to deal with all these stage lies. It's dealing with the stage lies and not being able to get the truth out. It causes depression because I can't get anywhere in my life then. So then I'll gain weight sometimes, or when I'm not sleeping well, like recently, or when I'm being hit with sonic attacks or radiation while I sleep, which is happening again. All this stuff contributes to weight gain in me. And it's not getting a good rest is a huge one, because it's almost guaranteed I'll gain weight if I'm not getting good rest. And if they've been hitting me with radiation the whole time, I know why. But they definitely, I believe, are today, because my skin feels like it's burning on my legs and arms and chest, and my left elbow and left knee feel like especially in pain right now, and that doesn't usually happen unless they're hitting me with severe radiation. So it is 10:36 a.m. Still half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa, in the white van, trying to get rest. I may try to sleep more because I don't feel rested yet. 10.7-inch hands, green eyes, not blue. 52 years old, 6'1", not 5'10", 6'1", 73 inches tall. I am 73 inches tall. I'm not off on my height. I'm graduated Wapsie Valley High School in 1990. Circumcised 1971, no changes since that time. Born 11/4/71 in Iowa, always lived in Iowa. Not been on a plane or jet since 2011. It is now August 23rd, 2024. Still here, half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa, in the white van. Did I already say the time? 10:37 a.m., August 23rd.